Pillars for an excellent marriage. Today we look at silent treatment. Effect of silent treatment in marriage. The gaslighters. Do you know, marriage without communication is a dead marriage. And when we speak of communication, we must define what are we communicating. Because you could be speaking in that marriage, but what you are speaking is just nonsense, politics, about other people, affairs. You don't have anything constructive. So even when we speak of communication, we must define communication. And many marriages, they don't have communication mechanisms. And one of the things that is killing very many marriages is silent treatment, gaslighting. Number one, it creates distance and isolation. When you become silent about your partner, that silence, whether you like it or not, there are people who says that the silence means I don't know. If you introduce silence in a couple, immediately distance is created. You start now pulling away from each other and isolation. And this one is one of the major causes of adultery, because someone is feeling isolated. I will give an example. You are a man. When you are in the house, your wife, you cannot even say she can laugh or speak. But make mistake, you come unannounced and you start there at the outside and listen to the conversation that are going on in the house. You will be surprised to notice your wife is the greatest storyteller you have ever had. Maybe you say, maybe the atmosphere you give up, but no. There are people who are pretenders. And they know they are choking you with that silence. They know that is a weapon of weakening you. Because eventually, you eventually go down to ask, what is the matter? And at the end of the day, nothing wrong was there. It's just ego battles of a person. Silent treatment in marriage creates distance and isolation. Something else, it erodes trust and intimacy. Once you become silent to your partner, you create a room of narratives and building castles in the air and uncensored imaginations. If you do not see the value of speaking out, the affected person, the victim, the inner interpretation is trust starts to fade, and intimacy, actually, it is the first thing that dies where the silent treatment is. So if you encourage treating or dealing with your partner using silent mechanisms, you will notice no sooner than the later, trust and intimacy, you will be seeing them on the television. Something else is leaves issues unresolved. Leaves issues unresolved. The more you allow gaslighting to function between you, there are people who don't have the behavior of entertaining nonsense. So if you enter into that dimension, they can just create something that will make that silence end. Can even come up with the politics issues or stories about what you like, because they want that silence to end. But the problem is this: the cause of the silence has not been resolved. So where there is silent treatment, issues and conflict, they keep on piling up, unresolved, until they reach to a point of blowing out. And that's when people say, when you see a certain thing happening in a marriage, it did not start that day. It has been there, breeding and growing. Something else silent treatment means can be a manipulation tactic. Most of the people who use silent treatment are narcissists. And narcissists are known for manipulating. There are people, when they want something from you, they will attack your peace. And in most cases, your peace is derived in transparency communication to bring understanding. Now, when these people understand that, they can introduce silent treatment to manipulate you, to do their bidding, or to do their will. So you will think it is love, but that is their weapon of I'm twisting you when you are supposed to make decisions and firm choices. Again, it damages self-esteem. Yes. And mostly the affected person is always the victim. Whenever silent treatment, and mostly this silent treatment is mostly done by wives, not by men. And wives are very hypocritical. They will treat their husband with silence, and then in the society or with the children, they are laughing to the loudest. But when the husband is in the picture, gaslighting, and the husband is left asking, what wrong did I do? Damages self-esteem. The person who is the victim of that treatment, his or her esteem, because it can be on both sides. The victim, your esteem depreciates so much, degrades so much, to a point whereby you start questioning yourself. Am I really correct? Am I really worth this person? Whenever you start asking self-doubting questions, doubting your personality, your identity, your beliefs, because of the gaslighting of your partner, then you are being manipulated. Gaslighting damages self-esteem at a very high rate. And me, this one I can tell you, it is true. Not from a theory, but from a practical point. It destroys, damages esteem. Something it can trigger anxiety and fear. Yes, because now you do not know why people are just like Madazi. They are there, they are just And if you look at yourself, you don't remember anything wrong you did. Gaslighting can trigger anxiety and fear. You are always in suspense. You are always in suspense, fear that you cannot explain about, because you do not know why things are the way they are, and it can lead to emotional abuse. Now that's why it is bad, because if you're a couple and you're treating each other with silence, for instance, it's the wife who is gaslighting the husband, it can result to emotional abuse.